This is the first recording of my first learner who is in grade 5.
He loved her very much. One day she developed a skin disease. Slowly she started to lose her beauty. It so happened that one day her husband left for a store. While returning he met with an accident and however this marriage will continue as usual, but as they pass she loses her beauty. Graduate bride husband did not know this, and there was not any difference in their married. He continued to love her and she also loved him very much. One day she died. Her death brought him a great snow. He finished all her last months and wanted to leave that town. A man from behind called and said, "Not how will you be able to walk all alone all these days? Your wife used to help you." He replied, "I'm not blind. I was acting because she knew I could see her skin condition due to a disease. It would have pained her more than her disease. I didn't love her for her beauty alone, but I fell in love with her curling and by nature. So I pretended to be blind. I only wanted to keep her happy." A man married a beautiful girl.
The word girl was mispronounced as gur.
He loved her very much. One day she developed
Instead of saying develop, the child read it as develop.
a skin disease. Slowly she started to lose
Instead of saying it on the past tense, the word started was pronounced as start.
her beauty. It so happened that
The reader said happen instead of happened.
one day her husband left for a store.
In this part, tour was pronounced as a store.
While returning he met with an accident and
Here, the student omitted the words lost his eyesight.
however this marriage will continue as
This is pronounced rather than there, and the word life is omitted. He also stated continue instead of the past tense continued.
usual, but as they pass she loses her beauty. Graduate
But as is repeated twice, lose instead of pronouncing lost. He also said gradual and not gradually.
bride husband did not know this, and there was not any difference
The learner first said now, then tried to correct it by saying not now, but unsuccessfully corrected and saying not no.
in their married.
Again, he omitted the word life.
He continued to love her and she also loved him very much.
The learner again tried to say its present tense rather than its past tense. He said continue instead of continued.
One day she died.
Pronounced died as dead.
Her death brought him a great snow.
He added a consonant K in pronouncing brought. Great is pronounced as greet, and sorrow was mistakenly read as snow.
He finished all her lessons and
Hard consonant P is evident when he pronounced the word finish. Rice was mistakenly read as rice.
wanted to leave that town. A man from behind called it and said,
Said was read as said.
"Not how will you be able to walk all alone all."
In this part, he did some self-correction. At first, he said able to do, and then he said able to. Yet, it is unsuccessfully self-corrected. Also, he interchanged the order of the word all alone, and then mumble and repeating it over and over again.
These days your wife used to help you. He replied, "I'm not blind. I was acting because if she knew I could see her skin condition due to a disease, it would have pained her more
Filipino phonemes are evident. Have pained instead of saying have pained.
than her disease.
Instead of saying the word disease, he said this.
I didn't love her for her beauty alone, but I fell in love with her carving and by nature."
Carving was pronounced instead of scaring, and he mumbled loving nature. As a result, it was pronounced as by nature.
So I pretended to be blind.
Pretend was mispronounced as printed.
I only wanted to keep her happy.